Bismillahir Rahman Rahim and Assalamu Alaikum. Today we are going to discuss another short story from Pakistani literature. This short story is written by Tariq Rahman and the title of this short story is A Friend. Now this short story is narrated by an unnamed narrator and he is talking about his past. He says that he had a friend, Sonia. He made her his friend and they would meet at the club station where they would talk and they would spend very good time. He does not know anything about Sonia, but he knows that she is 6 months younger to him and she's a very attractive and a very beautiful lady. And she knows how to talk to different people and how to make her way in the society. One night, he sees Sonia in a car. Afterwards, he tries to ask her what she was doing in the car and why she was in the car, but Sonia deviates his thoughts and she does not answer. Although Sonia is very protective and very careful for this unnamed character, because one day he drinks with his friend Mati, and when Sonia comes to see him, she retaliates for this because she rebukes him why he is drunk. So he comes up with lies that he's very occasional drinker and he does not drink always. But this shows the concern of Sonia for this unnamed narrator, because the bond of the friendship or the bond of this connection is very strong between them. They don't know the past, they don't know anything about each other, but they are strongly knitted into this relationship. Now one day, this unnamed narrator along with his friend Mati and some other friends, they drink, and then Mati and the other friend decide to go to a brothel to enjoy with the girls. This unnamed narrator goes along with them, but he does not enter into the brothel house. They both go and they enjoy, and when those two friends they come out, they bring a girl with him. They sit in the car, and when he tries to recognize the girl, but he's unable. When she removes the veil, because she is in a cover, when she removes the veil, he recognizes that she is Sonia. This gives him a shock. This gives him a disappointment. But Sonia then explains that she belonged to a very rich family, but now she has nothing, and she has been to a very good school, a convent school, an English way of school, and she knew how to live the life. But now, because of some issues and some problems, she cannot go for the work to wash dishes, because there she would be humiliated, there she would be misfit. So this is an easiest way to just seduce people, to have sex with them, and then to earn money. This unnamed narrator, because he feels for her, he sympathizes with her, and he thinks that she's a very honest because she's telling him the truth, and he also thinks that she is so much honest that she's doing this, she is destroying herself, but at the same time she's trying to keep up with her family and she's trying to support them. So this does not impact the relationship between the two, and they two spend the time with one another. After a month, when they are spending the time, so this narrator decides that he would not go into a sexual relationship with her, because he thinks that he has a platonic bond with this Sonia. But slowly and gradually they go into this relationship, the physical relationship, and they start enjoying this physical relationship, and they love it. After a month or so, this unnamed narrator, he asks his friends to give him some money, because he wants to give it to Sonia, as he's been spending a lot of time with Sonia, and the sole job or the sole work of Sonia is to earn money through sex. The friends, all these friends, they tell this unnamed narrator that he should not offer money to Sonia, because she will mind it, and she's not a sort of girl who will take money from him. Now they understand the character of Sonia, that she's doing all these things just to support her family, just to support herself. But with him, with this narrator, she's very much honest, she's very much faithful. Anyhow, he collects some money, and then when he meets Sonia, this narrator, he gives the money to Sonia. And then Sonia tells him that she does not want money for him, because the relationship with him is, she says a very good line. She says, "You are not weak, but weekend. Holiday, but not work day. and one does not get paid during the holidays. It means that their connection is pure, their connection or their love or their mutual relationship is very strong, and they are not meeting one another for the materialist perspective of money. And this makes the narrator realize that in the future, how much more will he learn from Sonia. And with this, the story ends. Now, coming towards the analysis part, this story shows the dirty side of, or the miserable side of the Pakistani society, where woman, if she wants to support herself, if she wants to do something in the life, she has to choose this way of prostitution, because she thinks that if she does not do this, so the other way is to go and work in other offices, in other, or washing dishes, she will be humiliated in the same way. So the better option is to earn more money in this way. Although the writer or this character Sonia has generalized this view, because this is not applicable to each and every part of the society, but it is true to some extent. This shows that women, even in this 21st century, is still considered a sex toy, is still deprived of her basic rights, is still deprived of the opportunities to excel, because wherever she goes for the excel in future, for the excel in her opportunities, she will be looked upon as a sex toy, as a object to satisfy the gains of, to satisfy the motives of a male folk. So this is something very drastic in the society, because woman has to be considered an equal partner in the society. She has to be considered an equal wheel of this, equal wheel of the vehicle of the life, because she has her right, she has her necessity, she has her opportunities to go on with the future. But this shows this aspect of the future. Then another aspect of the future is that another aspect of this short story is that all these men, whatever the case is, they are more towards the lust, towards the satisfaction of the lust, because they go to brothel, they create extramarital affairs, they create these illustrious affairs. So their bent of mind or their intention is towards women basically is just to have sex, to satisfy their internal ego at the cost of money or whatever the cost is. So this shows another aspect, that male folk or the men in the society, which way are they heading? They are heading not towards a pure way of life, not towards a successful way of life, but towards a disastrous way of life, getting into the prostitution. Why a woman decides to be a prostitute? Because these people, they give them money. They cannot support them in other ways. They cannot help them in other ways. They cannot sympathize with them, but they will only give them money when she will do sex with them. So this shows the imbalance between the society, that a woman, for her basic right, she has to offer her body, while male, he needs to support her, but just to support her, the disguise or the support is in the disguise of sex, because he then tries to extract his own ways of life, or his own way of satisfaction from the life. This is the second point. The third point of this short story is how this world is shaped by a materialistic approach, how this world goes on with the bargain. If she needs something, he can give her, but he needs something in return, and this in return is the honor, the dignity, and her way, her self-respect, because sex worker is basically deprived of self-respect because nobody respects her. So this materialistic way of life, this capitalistic way of life we are having in this world or in this 21st century is moving us to a disastrous life, is moving us to a disastrous future where everything will be destroyed, because humanity is lacking, because modern man is hollow, because modern man is materialist. He does not care for love, he does not care for affection, he does not care for feelings, he does not care for the basic necessities of one individual or the individuals, because he wants his own lust. From the other, he wants, if he wants to help, he wants something in return as well. So this imbalanced way of life, this materialist or capitalist way of life, is basically destroying the generations to come. Because in case of Sonia, if she has offsprings, if she has next generations, how will they survive in this society? Because her mother belongs to the prostituted class, while the male folk, they will not accept her, and their next generation will not accept the next generation. So basically this imbalance of this capitalist society is destroying the generations and the generations and the generations. This is all from the short story. I hope I have made every point very clear. Still, if there is anything, you can put it in the comment box. Stay tuned. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.